28 months and 21 days. And the guy said it with excitement. And it was a buddy of mine last night. My wife and I were having dinner with this couple, good friends for a long time. They're a bit older than we are. And he said, 28 months and 21 days and I get to retire. He goes, then I can do all the things I've been wanting to do. Granted, I'll be a little bit old, but I'll finally be able to do these things. And I thought, oh no, you'll love them, right? And you go, man, and he goes, well, it's the model that I chose. He's a doctor. And he goes, well, I did this and I signed up for 10 hours a day. And he goes, well, no, he said, I wish it could be 10 hours a day. He goes, man, it's been so busy and now I hate my boss and all this stuff. And it's like, wow. If you want to have control over your life, obviously you've got to do something entrepreneurial, right? And when you do something entrepreneurial, the trick then is how do you have control over it rather than it owning you? Because it usually ends up owning you and consuming you. So how do you do that? So I wrote this book called Rewire, How to Grow a Business in a Crazy World and Have a Great Time Doing It. And it's not just a book about maybe how to do it. I've actually done these things, and I do these things. I'm actively doing them, and I don't say this to impress upon you or to impress you, but to impress upon you that you can do these things. But there's just a couple keys that you have to make sure that three of them. Write these down, and you can find more about them in this little short, easy to consume book called Rewire. But there's three things. One, you got to be clear in what it is that you want to do. And you got to understand why you're going there. So that has to be super clear. Two is every step, every conversation, every minute must be dedicated to getting there. And three, you got to get there going about business a little bit differently than everybody else. And because most people go, all right, I'm going to business, and then they do things just like everybody else. And what happens is immediately you look like everybody else. So now you've got to figure out how to stand out from the competition in some sort of way when you would have never had to have that struggle if you would have gone about it differently. One of the common traits of really successful people is they don't do that. They take their first step, instead of rushing in and right into the turnbuckle of life, their first step is back, and they go, how could I go about that? How could I target? How could I go about this a little bit differently? And Rewire has some good ideas about that too. And using this, I started a business in my basement, no money, no clients, just this clear intent, and had to figure these things out along the way, and that's what came to be Rewire. But now we've landed something like 11,364 business clients and continuing to grow. And I'll give you links. You can see all this stuff. We've been voted one of the best places to work for 8 years running. You can find that link and Google my name. You'll see pictures and articles. You can find me at the University of Minnesota. They consider me a noteworthy entrepreneur. And again, I don't say this to impress you, but just to show you that it's actually real. There's so many things that aren't. We started a software called Connect, which is a CRM, but it's actually simple and powerful, and you can use it right away. There's all these cool things, and we found that by solving the problems along the way that we had, we actually solved a lot of other people's problems too. The first of which is Rewire. How do you launch and grow business in a crazy world and have a good time doing it? And it gives you the balance to be able to do things with your family along the way, like or whatever it is you want to travel, you spend time with family. This Rewire, when you're looking at your goal, helps you to have, I don't want to call it a balance. It's a package of things that's very intentional. So clarity, three things really quick. You got to be super clear. Every action has to be in that direction, and you got to do something a little bit different from the competition. So think about that and think about how you could do it. If you want a little more help, check out the book. If you want more help, there's other things here at Rewire Lab. So look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Thanks.